I feel bad for the viewers now.
They're used to worse stuff.
That's true. Okay, for the YouTube guys, this is Turtle Rock, it is Nicker, it is TH, and we're starting this game in 3, 2, 1, go!
Yay! Actual Warcraft. Fuck yeah. Isn't that amazing?
It is, and yeah, Turtle Rock, as we mentioned before, TH as the human player at the upper left of the turtle, and Nicker, his opponent, as a Night Elf player in the bottom right.
Isn't the bottom left?
No.
Because, like, the bottom right would be the right, you know?
If you turn it around like 45 degrees, it would be the lower right.
Ah, okay. You mean it's leg, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
It's the bottom right leg.
Okay. Okay, I see how it is. I see how it is. Scout peasant, scout farm peasant being shot at with the archer, which is
Neutral hero for Nicker. I think he's
you're
going
right.
for Dark Ranger.
The player's forces are under attack.
normally. By the way, did you watch the Gara Cup yesterday?
Only pieces. Yeah,
Like, Rudan played extremely well with the Beastmaster. I was surprised to see him do that well against Hawk. I thought for sure he was gonna lose with the Beastmaster, but he played really well actually.
Yeah, I have to rewatch the 5th game. Some people told me it was fucking insane.
Yeah, that was awesome. Gonna be uploading that to youtube.com/back2warcraft sometime.
Player's forces are under
Great.
attack.
Oh, the archer almost dying here. But,
Literally 1 hit point.
yeah, saved by the bell, maybe. I think saved by the moonwell is the better word. And yeah, the early creeping phase, as usual, both are going for the little green spots here, but TH, crazy creeping, he's going for a fast expansion on Turtle Rock, you rarely see that.
Yeah, I think if the Dark Ranger knew this and just ran over right now, like right now, I think he would just get fucking destroyed.
Yeah.
But he's not doing it. Pretty sloppy not scouting there. I mean, with a Wisp it's very easy for you to do this. And if you're a player at this level, you should have the timing of the expansion down pretty much perfectly.
But you would never think that a human player is going for a fast expansion here, because they
Yeah,
don't...
but you need to like still scout, because if he does it, even no matter how unlikely it is, it's just gonna be bad. And look at this, one peasant extremely low, another and another and another, 4 extremely low, and a 5th one and a 6th one also injured. Imagine a Dark Ranger there, it's like...
That would be BG.
She would have a field day, and she just keeps on creeping. It's I'm sorry, but that's terrible so far by Nicker. Like, not scouting there. That's just the only thing that destroys you here. If you get this scouted and you get harassed, you're just fucked in the ball in the ass, basically.
In the ball.
In the balls, yeah. That didn't make much sense. But now he's coming.
Yeah.
Finally.
I think he wanted to reach level 3 before he attacked for the first time. So it's not that bad, because TH wasn't able to fast build most of the time, because he had to call new militias and they were all on duration and couldn't help building.
No dust by TH, big mistake. He cannot get this Dark Ranger surrounded though. Does not let her get surrounded.
Or skeleton.
Oh, she surrounded? It's so close. Ah, big mistake again by Nicker. 2 big mistakes here. The first one got mitigated because he actually... Nice Shadow Melt though. Because he did decide to harass in the end. But early on it would have done more damage. But still, it's pretty good. He killed like 5 peasants maybe?
Yeah, but he didn't cancel the expansion. And it's almost finished, so I think it's the better early game for TH in this.
He doesn't have a tower though, and you really need at least 1 arcane tower against this. And you can just come right back, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Thanks to Moonwills and stuff. And he's building something there, an Ancient Protector at the other side of the expansion.
Is that out of vision range?
I
It
think
is.
so.
Holy shit, that's so close. I'm sorry, I'm not following the battle. And there's a Panda, and yeah, Panda attacking an expansion with a Dark Ranger when there's no towers there. That's painful. And that's exactly what you said, like, Turtle Rock It's pretty difficult to take this and pretty difficult to get your buildings up, towers up. And it's so close to your opponent so that the Night Elf can apply extremely much pressure here. And look at this Breath of Fire, does so much damage to all the peasants.
Yeah, and he can easily pick him off now with the Dark Ranger and the Dark Arrow. So this will be like an avalanche, snowballing. Breath of Fire again, and they're also low. One more skeleton. Maybe he can pick up another one.
Angel Protector now finishing. Perfect timing, right as he needs to retreat. The Protector finishes, but he did take quite a few hits here with the Dark Ranger and the Panda. Does he have more Huntresses coming to reinforce this push? He has double Ancient of Lore. He did reach tier 2 in the meanwhile, obviously, because he has the Panda. And no, he's retreating. So this Ancient Protector looked really good, but in the end he didn't have the firepower to back it up, and he's just gonna lose it. But that's not too big of a loss.
Nicker has a lot of wisps in position for possible expansions or just scouting. So if this comes down to mass expansions, he is definitely in a good position to be able to keep up with the human.
And Nicker looks like he doesn't want to go for any creeping at all, just wants to keep up the pressure. Has no... Oh, by the way here, bottom of the map he's expanding himself now, or at least building a tree. But he has no Ancient of War in place anywhere to creep. He has one Ancient of War in the base, but he's far away from the natural. So he just keeps on annoying the human. But now he does have 2 Arcane Towers, and I think with these, this expansion is just safe. So now Nicker has to find something else to do other than harassing that expansion. Tier 2 tech just now started for TH, and extreme power build inside his main base for the lumber mill.
Yeah. For the new viewers, the Arcane Towers seem to do little damage, but against summoned units they do additional damage. So they are very, very strong, and they burn the mana of the heroes. So that makes them extremely effective against this tactics by Nicker. Nature's Blessing upgrade. Or the Night Elf. Where did the Ancient Protector go? It's destroyed, right?
Yeah, he killed it. I think Nature's Blessing is just so the expansion can get up there faster.
The Archmage with boots and dust.
We're gonna have Abolish Magic here in a second, I think. Or we may even have it already. So with the Abolish Magic, he's now very strong against the Archmage, obviously because he can purge those War Elementals. But he can't really do much with his map control, like he can't creep anything. Turtle Rock, it's a lot of really hard creep camps, and without Ancient of War in position, the Night Elf can't actually take him. At least, like when you have a Demon Hunter, you can do it because he has a lot of armor and evasion, and you can run back and heal up with your Moonwells afterwards. You could, for example, creep your shop. But with a Dark Ranger without skeletons, it's difficult, so he had to first take the little camp to get a few skeletons, and that's a lot of time he invested and didn't do much, honestly. Didn't creep, well, he didn't creep anything big, didn't harass the human. And normally with a Dark Ranger you want to, as you said before, snowball really hard here. You either want to creep really big camps and get an expansion up behind it and harass the human simultaneously, or shortly after, in a best case scenario. But Nicker's progression here has been slowed down quite a bit, and he's not going for the natural expansion, but going for the red one instead.
Yeah, very interesting. I think the Panda will reach level 3. Nicker, TH did a great job preventing Nicker from creeping so far. He was always nearby, harassing him. But yeah, big creep spot now for Nicker. Big item as well, big experience gain. And of course the first expansion on his side. Tome of Experience and a claws plus 12. Insane items for the Dark Ranger. She's then plus 15 damage. Plus the Dark Arrow, who does additional damage as well. So this bitch is gonna be a tough one. And yeah, the expansion should be up soon. Red spot creep now by TH.
And I think TH expected the Night Elf to be creeping right this spot, and an expansion following up there. But Nicker kind of outsmarted him. He took the red spot to the very bottom left of the map. And the Naga, I always feel she's very strong when she comes out, but she falls off so much. And normally, Naga is really good against Demon Hunter, because, you know, you can shoot from a little bit of a distance, you have snow against him and stuff. But against the Panda, Wouldn't a Mountain King be a lot better?
Yeah, I think so too. The Naga is a good damage dealer as well with Fork Lightning and with a high base damage. But yeah, I think Mountain King is always superior if you're not pushing very hard or fast teching or something like that. But we will see. She's definitely worth it with the Fork Lightning and the damage though.
Here comes a push from the human, and that's that just wants to buy time. Like, he can't do anything here with just Footman and 2 heroes. He can maybe kill a few Wisps if Nicker doesn't watch out, which he didn't. And yeah, he's just gonna need to TP out of here. Wants to buy as much time as possible, probably for his tier 2 tech to be in position, and he does have the double Sanctum and the Workshop already up at his natural.
Yeah, it's the typical Masscaster Mortar Team build. And he can easily transition into tanks later if he wants to.
And a lot of gold for TH. He could actually start pumping right now, and it's gonna be really difficult for the Night Elf to keep up the production. Doesn't have a lot of bank so far, but he will have reached tier 3 in a second tier, in fact. And another big creep camp for Nicker to the top right.
Yeah.
Another
That's
amazing item can drop here.
Imagine another class plus 12. That'd be so sick.
Probably even better though will be the what's it called, the battle drums.
Yeah.
Which, but because probably it's gonna be really big armies against a really big army against a really big army. What did he get? I don't see. Helm of Valor. Yeah.
Very bad.
Yeah,
well,
that's not good.
Against the Mountain King it would be okay because the DR would be a little tankier and would have done more damage, but against Naga...
Definitely not what you want from that creep camp. Oh, the Flute of Accuracy. Now that's an amazing item for TH. All the casters, well, they don't deal much damage, they rather heal and slow. But all the mortar teams deal more damage, the water elementals deal more damage, the heroes deal more damage, the breakers deal more damage, so that's absolutely great, finding that item there.
Yeah, the map is almost crept completely. And great timing here by TH. Nicker is so far away and doesn't seem like he wants to TP.
Look at the panda.
Yeah, he's...
Looks like he has a map hack. Like, how does he know this? Obviously he's not map hacking, but I don't know if he scouted with a Wisp. I didn't see it. Maybe it's just great game sense.
Yeah, and he has a lot of mana left and a level 2 Breath of Fire. He will kill them all.
Yeah, that's really big. Like, of course, that push down there was only so to get time for the towers and for the expansion. But no, Nicker, perfect play. Sends the panda up there solo with a few skeletons, knows that that's more than enough and easily deals with the rest of the army with the Dark Ranger and the Dryad and the Bears. Yeah. Really nice so far.
No second expansion by Nicker. No attempt to do so. Well, there is an Engine of War at the natural expansion. But still, both players on a high bank by now. Nicker with 1.7k, TH by 2.9k. And now Nicker is attacking the expansion again.
Yeah, but with these towers and the mortar teams in the back, I don't see this really working. But the Drunken Breath of Fire really hurts the Naga quite a bit. She's actually gonna get killed here. It's not the best micro I've ever seen. I think she had the boots, so... No, she didn't. The Archmage had the boots, alright. So the Dryad Slow will eventually run her down. Not so sure about the decision to give the boots to the Archmage.
Yeah, the Panda definitely the man of the match so far, but there's lots and lots of time to keep up with him. And I don't know why he's... Okay, he's not going for the expansion because it's well walled off.
And the mortar teams and the casters in between the towers there are a really big problem. Naga has been rebought at the tavern. Big lumber issues for the human, which is always on maps without a shredder. That's something that can happen quite a bit. Age of Wonders now, offensive shop.
Yeah, I think he's going to stick around for a bit.
Oh, the mortar teams.
Mortar team! Invisible cast! So nice by TH. But the Sorceress is gonna pay for that Breath of Fire coming in. Level 5 on DR.
How did that breath not hit the mortar team? I don't know, but now the human is holding his ground. I don't know if it's really something he can do against those bears. Speaking of which, that one bear way too far up in front without Master Form, taking a lot of damage. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. He uses Greater Mana Potion, and that's a lot of damage, but in the end he will have to TP out. Takes one more Mortar Team to the grave. But also lost quite a few bears there, but no level 5 Archmage just yet. Level 4 Naga almost, but also not quite yet. And the Dark Ranger has reached level 5 already. Panda shortly to follow. And if he keeps on trading like this, he will have level 6 Dark Ranger at some point.
Yeah, but the Archmage is on a fast lane to level 5 as well, and Mass Teleportation could be the better ultimate in the long run.
Yeah, that's true. When you use it correctly, it's just incredible how mobile your army becomes.
But the Panda ultimate is definitely better than Tornado, so...
Yeah, yeah, Tornado is just fucking useless. So, there, he definitely has the advantage. Alright, and he's going to pressure again. I'm really surprised he doesn't creep the Panda to level 5. You know, just that one orange camp next to his main. The shop hasn't been crept actually. The shop on the left side is really unusual.
Yeah.
Normally those get crept very quickly because the map vision is always beneficial.
The town is under siege.
Nicker with an Engine of Wind,
Are under attack.
so he's getting ready for tanks to counter with dots or to transition into Chimeras.
That's a good point. That Ancient of Wind provides a lot of flexibility. Also something that can be built from it is Fairy Dragons, which is pretty good against all these caster stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't have that much though. Only 2 priests and 2 sorcerers.
But I think when he starts pushing, he will need more sorceresses because you always want to slow those bears. But we're gonna see.
76 food. 77 to be.
He's getting 2 more priests, so he is adding a few more casters. And this is a perfect position for the human to fight in, like here in the middle with a tavern in between.
There's a little panda, by the way.
Oh, nice.
It's gonna be
Drunken
so
Haze, oh man, it's gonna hurt. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire actually wasn't the best, but it still was pretty damn good. And Anti-Magic Shell immediately, but it does get dispelled. And he wants to use another combo here on the breaker, the casters, but he's being focused now by set breakers. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, Jesus Christ, that one hit everything. And so many bears now, but he TP's out. He doesn't want to keep on fighting here without the panda. Interesting.
Yeah, weird choice to attack there, or to engage the fight. That would be a smart move if he would have been building an expansion at the same time, but he's not. So I don't know why he's buying time.
I don't know, I think main point there was like trade for the human heal scrolls. The human used 2 heal scrolls there, and the Knight of used a TP, and I think lost a Dryad, and yeah, who cares. And he took out like 1 or 2 sorceresses or casters. I don't know. He killed a little bit, but not much. So basically, both armies are still very, very strong. They haven't really been touched yet. They just kind of felt each other out. And here are the Fairy Dragons. 3.
Are under attack.
He needs to be careful here. That's a lot of splash damage that can come in addition with a Breath of Fire that could spell doom for the casters.
2-1 upgrades on the bears, only 1-0 on the breakers. But 1-0 on the mortar teams as well. Oh, that could be a great positioning for TH here if the breakers come forward, and they do. Great positioning for the mortar teams. Insane splash damage, but he has to reposition. Bad positioning for the panda as well. He has to run all the way around the forest.
And he's running back now. Also because of the Fairy Dragons. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. Didn't hit much there. 1 Sork and 1 mortar team. But now having to run out of this choke, which is actually good for him. Now the bears have a lot of surface area. Panda is trying to find a perfect position. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, here we go. Hits a lot again. And we have no more heal scrolls, so now they have to be really damn careful. And of course those bears with the A-click command are just walking forward and can't really be touched right now. Breath of Fire again. He needs to be staffed now though, and he does get staffed. And that's a lot of killed units here for the Night Elf. Let's see if he sticks around this time or if he's gonna pull the TP again. Level 6 Dark Ranger, and now the Charming begins. That's the first Spellbreaker for the Night Elf. The Archmage now is tanking quite a few hits from the Druids of the Claw, and again, TP out from the Night Elf before he loses one bear after the other.
Wow, TH lost so many in this fight. The Panda, once again, great job. Especially the last Breath of Fire, killing 3 mortar teams at once. Definitely worth it. And this time, Nicker went for the second expansion, since the main gold mines have run dry.
Exactly. And something that looks really weird in these fights is like Nicker kind of crushes the human until the human has like only 50 or 60 supply left, and then he TPs out.
Yeah.
But I can understand it. Maybe, you know, maybe he can break the entire army, but if he doesn't get it and he loses like 6, 7, 8 bears, suddenly his entire advantage has slipped away. So I can understand that he always decides to TP out in the end.
The hero levels speak so many words about this game so far. Nicker on level 6 and almost level 6. The Panda is not far away from his ultimate. And look at TH's XP bars. The Archmates just hit level 5. The Naga is far away from level 5. So the little Russian fella killed a bit more in this game.
Yeah, and he's again going for this Panda invisibility. I really like this. It's pretty damn cool.
It's getting harder and harder by the minute because there are so many towers spread around the map. They detect him, of course.
Yeah, and again Nicker lacking in the scouting department. The second expansion by TH would be easily destroyed. Incredibly easily. But now he will have to respond to this threat towards his own second expansion, and that will probably give TH enough time to get this base up, and that's a big mistake, a very big mistake if it so happens, the way I said it. Right, here comes the TP back, and instant TP trade, and he gets out of there. Is he gonna lose something? No. No real burst.
I think he scouted where Nicker was on the map, and so he decided to attack for a short period of time, and with that move defend his expansion, because Nicker was kinda nearby.
Yeah, but Nicker, he just doesn't know about it. If he knew about it, he could easily kill it again. Scouting being his biggest weakness.
About it.
But the vision thing is oftentimes bugged. I don't think he knew about it, because it would be a giant mistake not to go in there then. All right, here we go again. Bears and fairy dragons and everything. Drunken Hates, Breath of Fire hits very well the first time. Anti-magic shell has not been dispelled just yet. Now it's getting dispelled, but he will have another combo in a second here. And this time the human TP's out. Where's he TPing to? Second base? Yes, towards his second expansion. And now all the bears are slowed.
Yeah, he will reposition, and he wants to fight in his towers, of course. But Nicker is not taking the bait. He runs away. Okay, now he is. Charm used again. The Panda so close to level 6. That Fury Dragon's in perfect position.
Oh. Fog lightning at the same time as the little fairy dragon thing.
Oh,
looks,
the Panda!
Looks like a lightning show. Yeah, Panda's low, does get staffed home, however. Now there's no TP for Nicker. This is the situation where once the Panda is gone, normally now he would TP out, but this time he forgot about it. He TP'd to his bottom expansion and didn't get a new one, so now he lost 1 bear, 2 bears, 3 bears, 4 bears probably. Yep, they're all dying, and this gives a lot of experience, a lot of desperately needed experience for the human. Oh, well, that 1 bear gets saved. But Archmage suddenly almost level 6.
Yep, that went quite fast, but still the economy advantage is on Nicker's side, because TH was in high upkeep for a while, so he gathered more from his gold, and he still has his Tree of Eternity. Where is it actually? Okay, he's walking to the natural expansion, but he gets caught, and Nicker, I think he has to defend this now. He's not in a position to lose his Tree of Eternity, and so he does.
Gyrocopters now also? Excuse me?
Did he buy a TP now? No, he didn't. He's always going for that anti-magic potion, but no TP anymore, no invo potion, no heal potions, no heal scrolls or anything. I think TH is far better when it comes to shop control.
Where's the Archmage? Because at the moment he doesn't have any scrolls either, on the Naga at least. There's the Archmage. 1 scroll of healing, that's probably not enough against the almost level 6 Panda. And now he's at the expansion harassing. Another nice little move. He saw there that the Arcane Tower isn't covering everything. So he can breath harass in there. Pretty cool little move he used there.
Oh, TH is getting ready for the next expansion at the bottom left leg of the turtle, but in the same second, Nicker counters with an Engine of War. This is macro Warcraft at its best right now.
Yeah, this time he is on top of his scouting. But the big problem is this base right here, the second expansion of TH. It should not have been allowed. But now he's trying to go up there, Nicker is, but he's being intercepted halfway. But there's not a lot of bursts, so those bears don't have to fear too much. Another charm being used. And now Fairy Dragon's going forward, Mana Flare form. And now when he fights behind his Town Hall, the choke is perfect, and so is the Drunken Haze Breath of Fire! Oh my god, where's the Scroll of Healing? Didn't use it, lost one priest because of it. Nice silence, by the way, also, so the priests can't heal. That's something not many Night Elves remember to do. And level 6 Panda now.
Yeah, Nicker is pushing for the upcoming expansion here, and he's easily destroying the towers. But at the same time, TH is pushing for the Tree of Eternity, and with that mortar teams, it's not a long time until the tree falls apart. Every single wisps get destroyed by Fork Lightning, and the Tree of Eternity is toast, ladies and gentlemen.
And again, because he forgot his TP. If he had a TP, he could have easily defended this, but he forgot to buy it. And now he's down a main tree. Oh, perfect position now for the human. But, well, the base is gone, the town hall is gone, so now a lot of space is made available again to the bears. And he has to go back again. This army just looks so tiny against that of the Night Elf. Where's the combo? Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire! Oh my god, everything! Mana Potion and the ult! That's the Panda for you at his full strength, using the combo and his ult. And it's basically the human cannot fight in the slightest.
Oh, he's losing so many breakers now because he doesn't drag them away. This is looking so grim for TH right now. 83 supply against 48. What a huge advantage for Nicker this is. Cyclone now being used, Fork Lightning into the bears, but yeah, what is it worth? Nothing. But he's just running away from the ult.
But everything is slowed, so he should get away with most of his stuff.
Yeah, I think Nicker has too many bears now for the map, because the chokes are so small, and TH can always position him in chokes or behind chokes, that the bears will never reach its full potential. Maybe
It's
add a Chimera.
true. Yeah, Chimeras might actually be an idea, you're right. But the good thing about those bears is they're just so tanky, you can just stay in the fights forever, where, for example, Dryads would just splatter to death against all the mortar teams. Naga in a terrible position right now, but she doesn't get surrounded.
Yeah, there's no disable, so...
And he needs to get a TP right now before everything gets picked off. Staffs one more time and gets a TP and a heal scroll and uses it. Yeah, right move.
Okay, the expansion at the tail of the turtle is gone. Okay, she moved. It moved to the natural expansion where the Tree of Eternity was before.
Oh, to get Chimeras, by the way, he would have to re-tech up to tier 3 again.
Oh, yes.
So that's not easy at all to transition into that now.
He should have built a Chimera Roost just for the sake of having one.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really there's no question about it. Like when he had the 2 or 3 gold mines and still at the tier 3, just get it. You know, it's just like.
I think the
how
wood
much
is the problem though, not the gold.
Yeah, but he still has decent lumber. This is, by the way, probably the worst position on the entire map. This is a tiny, tiny choke for the bears. So now the human wants to kind of fight, but he still has to kite a little bit, because once those bears, do close the gap, it's a lot of damage. Mass teleportation, where are we going? To the expansion, okay.
Yeah. Which is up and running again, so 2 running gold mines for TH, but the one is running dry, the natural expansion which he took first, and on Nicker's side 2 running expansions as well, but both are nicely filled with gold, lots and lots to harvest.
A nice positioning there of the mortar teams. in between the trees. But with the fairy dragons and the panda, it's not like they're invulnerable in there.
"31 minutes into the game, ladies and gentlemen, and no decision has been made."
Level 7 Dark Ranger already.
Such a beast.
That's something that could come into play, by the way, when the Archmage tries to get out of there, you know, save most of his stuff with mass teleportation after kind of extending pretty far. He can get silence, and that cancels the mass teleportation, so that's something he needs to be careful about.
Yeah, of course you can't silence a hero during a town portal, but since mass teleportation is a spell, you can of course disable it with silence. Okay, he's going for the kill again for the town hall. 3 and 3 upgrades on the bears, and only 1-0 on the breakers.
He does have a TP, so I think he could go for the kill, but he doesn't want to do it yet.
The hero's very far up front. And you have to remember, all the time these armies collide, Nicker steals 1 spellbreaker, that's like 200 gold. From TH.
Yeah, exactly right. Now though, 2 bears may get killed, but yeah, that's just the thing with this human army. It doesn't have any burst at all, but has a lot of sustain. Well, it does have forked lightning, but that's the only thing. And
Okay, Nicker has every possible advantage in the game. He has far more supply, he has better heroes, he has 2 insane ultimates, but he's not able to catch TH in a good position.
I think something nice you could do is like split up his bears, half to the bottom of the base and of the expansion, half to the top, so that he cuts off the retreat. Oh, Dark Ranger now being focused, needs to be careful, but the staff should be ready for the panda, but doesn't want to use it, wants to use it for the bears most likely.
Yeah, he has 2 heal scrolls left, so the DR is most likely safe. Oh, that Breath of Fire again! It's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's absolutely everything there. Hippos coming in, and only 2 flying machines. They're gonna be easily dealt with. And now, here we go for the Town Hall. 3 breakers already now. So now stuff is being stolen here, there, and everywhere. In every direction. Yeah, gets the kill and TP's out, like I said before. Doesn't want to stay in there against all the slow.
With 3-3 siege bears, it's absolutely no problem to kill that expansion. But for Nicker, it's absolutely no problem to set up another expansion. He has a lot of gold on the bank. But so does Nicker. And he's going for the next expansion as well on the top of the turtle.
And finally, TH taking the one to the top left. Naga has the boots, and there's not really much slow, so should easily get away. It's really surprising, though, that all this time, with a lot less supply, TH is making this work.
Yeah.
Nicker cannot close it out. He has the way better heroes, the way bigger army. But...
That's what I said 1 minute ago. It's just like TH always finds the best positions for his army. And that makes him so... what's it called? I don't know. That's why he can last so long in this game.
Alright. Charm again, Dragon Ice Breath of Fire again. Once more hitting well. Oh, Naga. Oh, mass teleport! Silence! Silence! He's not silencing! Ah, big mistake! I don't know, maybe it was on cooldown? I'm not sure.
No, it wasn't.
Big mistake there, not silencing. It's also something not everyone knows. Nicker should know, but perhaps he doesn't. Can't say, of course. But now finally, this base will probably never be taken again. All the towers have been killed. And now he's gonna go up to the top left. Does he have a TP to go back and defend at home? Yes, he does. So he probably wants to kill the base up there and then TP out. Or take the fight. That's of course also a possibility. Another charm being used. Oh, Naga again, very far up front. And TH's army has become tiny now. Basically nothing left to work with. 47 supply only. And look at this, like, what is this? 10 bears or something? He cannot fight this head on at all.
It's 9 bears, but pretty accurate.
I don't know, like what? How does TH win this in the long run?
Well, I don't know, man. Tanks?
No, no, don't say this, please, please don't say it. Now he
Okay,
finally
now-
gets a bear.
6 for the Naga. And maybe with a well-positioned tornado he can take out a lot of bears from the fight at least. And then kill the rest with mortar teams? I don't know. Level 7 on the Archmage, another charm on the Spellbreaker. And he could easily run them over in a open fight, but TH is still retreating into his second base. Oh, now ultimate! Silence on the Archmage, so no mass teleportation at the moment, but weak execution, I'd say.
I think that's just a zoning ultimate. Just keep the human away while the army destroys the base. But at the same
Okay.
time, TH is killing this base up here, but then the counter TP comes in, so it was like a bait into a bait into a bait, and now teleport out again.
The Naga, man, was so close, only 150 hit points left. And the TP arrived.
How did he not cancel that teleport? Like, either silence... Ah, he didn't have enough mana for silence, okay. That's also something he needs to be aware of, like he shouldn't use that dark arrow too much anymore, it's not that useful. Silence is a lot better, he needs to at least have one available.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, I think that will end the game in some minutes. When he cancels the TP and then runs him over. But yeah, one fight again. 2 heal scrolls for Nika, 0 for TH, and that's extremely dangerous against a well-leveled Panda.
Doesn't have much mana though.
Oh, there was a question in the chat, by the way, why he doesn't take over the mortar teams. Because he can't micro them away from the rest of the human army, and the staff would be a waste since he needs to staff the bears.
And the really nice thing about the breakers is they can't be slowed, and that's the biggest problem of the Night Elf in general, that everything is slow. And breakers are magic immune, so you really want those.
And you can steal a slow from a bear and apply it to one water elemental or something.
Exactly, and now there's only one breaker left for TH, so now the breakers of Nicker should win this, like, disenchant debuff stuff. And look at this, now everything, as you just said, is being slowed for the human, and TH cannot stay in here. He needs to TP or mass teleport or something. But everything is slow now, and I think if he stays in here, just loses everything. But alright, he's trying to hold his ground. More and more experience going the way of the Night Elf, level 7 Brewmaster already, level almost 8 Dark Ranger. But the bears...
Mana for another Breath of Fire, here it comes! Okay, now there is no more mass teleportation again, maybe this time it gets cancelled! Exactly, with a silence! And he'll pick up 2 units with that. Great move by Nicker, finally!
Yeah, about time. But still this base to the top left is running. It really shouldn't be possible, but somehow TH with kiting and baiting made it so that this base is still up. And it's his last base, he cannot lose it.
I was just about to say that Turtle Rock is almost outmined, and I've never seen that before. I've seen it on Twisted, but not on TR, and now the Panda has to be careful, but there's a potion of invulnerability and heal scrolls, so he should be safe after all.
On Twisted Meadows, the entire map mined out?
Yeah, some Hazorps game maybe.
Serious? Jesus Christ, how long was it? Like 2 hours?
Yeah, something like that. Okay, he's town portaling again to the head of the turtle, and with mortar teams he should be able to kick this expansion. Great, no, counter TP, and TH has to run away immediately. Oh, very offensive town portal. One more charm to a sorceress, and maybe it's around now with bears. No, the Naga is too tiny, but yeah, there Breath of Fire kills it off. And that's a big, big, big loss for TH.
And there we saw it, like, when there's 5 bears hitting something, it just dies, like, so quickly. 3-3 and roar, that's so much goddamn damage. But he rebought her immediately at the tavern.
Yeah, man, Nicker has 2.9k gold on the bank. TH is down to 200.
Yeah, this is looking very grim for the Chinese player. Mortar teams shooting at the Tree of Life in the middle. But I don't know that that is enough to take this down.
Nicker is nearby. He will fight them off. There's only 2 mortar teams left. That's not much damage. And TH has the problems that he can't go upkeep without an expansion. Mass teleportation again, but no attack move for that. He's just regrouping in his main base.
By the way, when you charm a unit of the opponent, it doesn't have the same upgrades.
Huh.
Spellbreakers of TH have 1-0 and 0-0 for
But the
Nicker.
sorcerers are on adapt and not on initiate.
Yeah. So I guess it's just attack upgrades that don't get carried over. Alright, TH is making his stand up here, inside his towers. If he can win anywhere on the map, it's gonna be here. But even then, I don't know that it's gonna be easy.
Nice shout out to Kiwi for using that down emoticon, and here comes TH again. He really wants that expansion at the top of Turtle Rock. Here comes Tornado, so no repair possible. Town Portal by Nicker coming in and mass teleportation, so that ultimate was a waste.
It was in fact the real TP, not the mass teleport. Didn't want to get cancelled there, I guess. Scroll of Protection now for the Dark Ranger. Maybe he wants to just A-click with the bears and destroy all the towers or something. Going for the main now. By the way, level 2 masonry upgrade now, after 42 minutes being upgraded. I don't know, what is there to gain here in the main? I mean, he's gonna kill the keep and that's...
Yeah, the tech probably.
Fine and dandy, but still, he can still get mortar teams and sorceresses.
But no ivory towers.
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
I think that's about it, and no potions and stuff. But yeah. I think
Mortar teams killing the expansion in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
But let's focus up here, because there may be a fight coming, another charm to start things off. And only 2 breakers remaining for the human and 5 for the night elf.
Oh, he has to uproot the Tree of Life to save it. He has to eat a tree. But the fight continues here. Panda, Breath of Fire again. Countered by a Scroll of Healing.
Wait, what? The panda almost split there. I think he ran out of mana. In between his split, he kind of jumped out of his normal form and then he jumped back into it. That looked really weird. I didn't understand what I was seeing there for a second.
Oh, TH is in huge problems. He has nothing on the field with any kind of HP. 1 or 2 Breath of Fire and everything is dead. But he was able to kick the Tree of Life.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So it was definitely worth it. Only 1 gold mine remaining for Nicker. There's a second Tree of Life at I don't know, the shield of the turtle, the upper right position. It's easier in German, man, to describe these positions.
It's called a shell.
Shell, yeah, exactly.
Alrighty. We go in again, and there's 3 arcane towers now. So he wants to probably re-establish this base. Another breaker having been stolen. But again, if Nicker sees this and he sees towers, he's like, you want to get a base there? Nope, you're not gonna get a base there. And he can just A-click in with the bears. And even if he has to TP out afterwards, it's okay if he got all the towers.
He saw the towers, I'm sure about that. But TH is so great with his timing, attacking the expansion here again. There's no gold mine, so that would be a huge waste of resources with expansion, and no repair possible. Mass teleportation out one. No! This was so...
Oh my god, what a fail! Oh Jesus! That was a big mistake.
Oh boy, and he has a water elemental positioned here, invisible for a mass teleportation to be able to attack the Tree of Life at the top of Turtle Rock, but now he had to use mass teleportation and that trick failed again. TH showing weakness here.
But now the bears are busy with the towers. Maybe now he can pick something off. But yeah, not really. That's just too much stuff. That's so much damage and hit points that the human has to chew through. He TPs over to his expansion now. Is he gonna be able to save it before it dies? Yes, he is. Oh, those casters are in a terrible position. Silence. No, he's too far away.
And
Archmage.
finally he has a mortar team.
Ah, yeah, you're right. There it is.
So he has to be so careful with this expansion.
But he still has 2 more, so it's not that big of a deal even if he loses it. By the way, he did re-tech to tier 2.
Ah, yeah, he did.
And 3,000 gold, yeah, so he still has a lot of freedom to mess up, basically. TH doesn't have that much freedom anymore. Oh, Panda! What are you doing, TH? You're not microing at all! Jesus Christ, that was 8 units hit by the Breath of Fire, Duncan Hayes combo. And yeah.
But he didn't lose any. And he kicked the expansion.
1 unit died, but just 1. That's still very good for him. And yes, he kicked it.
1 is none, as we say.
That's basically true right now, because he has all the gold in the world. He needs more lumber, basically. But he's going for another Tree of Life, I mean, why the hell not?
The game is turning into a human mirror. Like that comment.
Yeah, that's right. We have Breaker Wars, actually.
Yeah.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright, and again, Infi wants to kill the towers. And this time I don't think he will be drawn away.
Oh no, he's not microing the mortar team! Nika, what are you doing? You're losing that mortar team!
Down it goes. The first and only of its kind for the Night Elf.
Yeah, we waited so long for it to turn
Oh,
sides.
slow now on the Archmage and the Naga. He can't really use slow anymore, man. That's crazy, because it
Yeah.
just gets thrown back.
The sorcerers are completely wasted at the moment.
They can cast invisible at the very least, but that's not too useful.
Hmm.
7 spellbreakers for Nicker. Can he steal more? There's no more spellbreakers for TH. He's like, fuck this! I'm not giving you any more.
Yeah, he's tanking with the heroes and the water elementals and bursting out damage with mortar teams, I guess. And here's Nicker coming in for the expansion kill again, but he's so easily distracted by just a simple attack. Oh, and TH is attacking left, right, and center. The expansion on the upper right shell is down. The Tree of Ages is still alive, but got attacked as well. Mass teleportation coming in to defend the keep.
That's a lot of mortar teams. One got stolen.
A great position once again. Tornado coming in, slowing everything.
Also slows the spellbreakers, by the way, because magic immune units still get hit by ultimates. And now Panda trying to position. Jesus Christ, he's so goddamn slow. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, actually pretty bad. That could have hit a lot more, but now ultimate used for the Pandaren Brewmaster. Naga being cycloned.
Going for the keep.
And he's just going for the expansion, yeah. But repair, and there's no breath to kill those peasants with. Is he gonna get it?
Right now, he has to keep out and he doesn't get the keep.
Yeah, he possibly could have gotten it, maybe, but he doesn't want to risk it. Again, going for the safe play. And TH now mass teleporting over here and going for the top right base.
Yeah. Almost level 7 Naga, by the way. And does Nicker have a TP ready? I don't think so. He has lots and lots of gold.
Yeah, he does.
Where's his army? Ah, in the main base. Okay, now he's defending. But once again, TH drained 350 gold out of Nicker's bank account.
Invisibility now finally again for the Panda. That's gonna mean a lot of potential for huge damage. And now TH is just being a little annoying asshole. He's running here and there and playing hit and run. Drunken Ace, Breath of Fire. Yup, that one hurt. And now level 7 for the Naga. Silence! He could have used silence to prevent this. Again, not doing it. Then again, it wouldn't have been the biggest of deals because he would have just TP'd normally afterwards. So I guess he wanted to rather charm something away.
forces
In the meantime, Nicker is killing towers here, but TH is going for the kill for the expansion again. What a crazy game. What a crazy game. TH is such a beast that he's able to keep up with Nicker, even though he has only one gold mine available, and he's killing it. He is killing it finally in the 800 billion attempt. He is killing the expansion at the top, and now it's one gold mine versus one gold mine.
A player's forces are
A
under
lot of gold still remaining for Nicker, but only 26 lumber, man.
Yeah, that's true. But I told you in the early game that the later the game gets, the better mass teleportation becomes, and that's exactly what happened. Call me Nostradamus.
It's true. I would like if Nicker loses this. I would be so pissed off if I was him, man. Like
I would never play Warcraft again. TH is tacking to tier 3. Tanks coming in.
a player's forces are
you can't be serious, man. You can't be serious. TH only has 2,300 gold left, by the way. That's not too much. So I guess what?
Take the expansion at the top, but I think it's a bad move because there's only 1.4k in it.
Yeah, but still 1,000 gold and more.
But I still have the feeling that Nicker is too easily distracted by the heroes. He's not doing anything productive at the moment. He's just skirmishing, losing units by that.
a player's
I don't know. It's not that effective, in my opinion.
Yeah, he is being outmaneuvered here.
Yeah, well, he can't lose that Tree of Ages. That's true. So that's why he's sticking around. But that opens the gate of opportunity for TH to expand again.
He actually has no lumber wisps. He has 5, but those are
player's forces are
supposed to
under
go into the gold mine. Huh. He's not mining, by the way. I think that's intentional because he's in high upkeep. And now again, heroes only for TH doing stuff. Now casters and mortars daring to go in again.
Oh, he
well.
cancelled the tier 3. It was
Interesting.
almost done.
Weird. 2 bears at the top. I really like this move. But I think when the tower is finished, they're gonna kill him. I'm not sure though. He's trying to go for the keep. Is he gonna get it this time? He needs to use a breath of fire against the repairing peasants, and then everything should be fine.
TH is counterattacking, by the way, so they're basically trading expansions here. Keep down, Tree of Ages down.
Ult used by the panda. Cyclone onto the Naga. Yeah, she's gonna
Next
get surrounded. Silence! Silence! Oh, it's a normal TP. Never mind. Can't silence that. What he could have done, he could have dispelled his own No, wait a minute. Is that even possible? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Can you dispel your own cyclone with a panda? In Dota you can. I'm not sure about Warcraft 3.
I don't think so. We are, by the way, 54 minutes into this game. None of the players has a running gold mine. The bank accounts for both players. Nicker with 2,000 gold, TH with 1,000 gold. Oh, and Nicker's losing 2 bears here for nothing. Well, they did cancel the towers at the top, but whatever. Level 8 Archmage, so we have Blizzard available.
Panda is still up here. I think he was just not grouped. And this one little scout tower is actually pretty goddamn good. He can always TP down here. And yeah, this one expansion by Nicker is not done yet.
But this comes down to one big clash, am I right?
I don't think so. I think if they clash, Nicker's always gonna win. Unless he loses like 30 supply. Or more.
So you think one of the players will expand and the others... What?
I think TH wins this by picking off things here and there and there and there and there and not letting Nicker get a new base. Because if Nicker just replenishes everything, like makes up the stuff he lost again, He can't really die.
And TH is so mobile with mass teleportation, he's just everywhere.
Does he have no more wisps?
He has 4, but one is building a Tree of Life, one is building a Moonwell, one is scouting. Oh, the other 2 are scouting.
And he doesn't have enough supply to get more wisps. After that one Moonwell, he needs to get another Moonwell to get more wisps. It's really annoying, and he has basically no lumber.
2 invisible heroes right next to each other, the Panda and the Naga. Is Nika trying to break this base?
I think so. He may be getting frustrated, but it's just 2 guard towers, so it's not a lot of damage. But yeah, mass teleportation into the opponent's main base, and losing Moonwells is a big goddamn deal. TP back by Nicker.
Yeah, he
But
saved
the scouting, the reveal from the Arcane Tower, sees it coming, and he TP steps out of there. Mass teleports, excuse me.
The question is, did he see the Tree of Life?
Yeah, he must know that there's one there, because otherwise the Naive couldn't have been there so fast. Because he TP'd there.
Yeah, true. Okay, and now the Naga is scouting it invisible. He knows about it. And he's trying to counter with the expansion at the top, where's only 1.3k gold in it.
Must be so goddamn frustrating, man. Alright. Spellbreaker scouting, or is he? No.
I think he knows it.
Yeah, must know. More than enough resources for the human. Oh, nice dust of appearance on the Naga! But she has the boots of speed, so... yeah, can't really catch up to her.
Yeah, there's no disable except the Panda ult, so it's very hard to grab her.
I wonder why he doesn't get staffs of teleportation. Like, just run up there with the Panda, and when the human comes, staff out.
Yeah, he's down on 300 gold, so I think he doesn't want to waste it.
But now again, big mistake. Like, not what we often see from Dark Rangers, you charm something and you staff it out.
Yeah.
Doesn't staff it out, though. Mortar teams dies immediately. Alright, now we may actually be seeing a fight. I'm sure he's holding his fingers on the silence button because he does not want that goddamn Archmage to get away again.
Yeah, mass teleportation is on cooldown for 20 seconds though.
Okay. And now again he wants to break the space level 8. 9 Dark Ranger, Jesus Christ. Invul use on the Panda. And Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, woohoo! 3 instant kills and a lot more damage. But the Archmage gets away with mass teleport, not in range for the silence. And I think Boots of Speed, man, would have made such a big difference. Get it on Panda and the Dark Ranger. And again I'm saying it, but Boots of Speed, man, are goddamn amazing.
Oh, is there a TP for Nika? I think he's buying one right now, because he has to defend his expansion. This is so big for him. Yeah, TP immediately. But once again, 350 gold taken out of the pocket by Nika.
That was a staff teleportation.
Ah, clever.
And
So,
again,
heard
Spellbreaker
your
stolen.
call.
It's, by the way, now 8 Spellbreakers.
And this game lasts for exactly an hour now.
That's right. And
And
now
I'm still not sure who wins this.
I think TH is starting to run out of options. Because the expansion stands, and it's pretty much impossible for him to kill the expansion. And also very hard for him to get up one of his own. I mean, he can't really fight head on, but he hasn't been able to do that the entire game. But now his little tricks and moves don't seem to cut it anymore either. There we go, Drunken Ace, Breath of Fire. We've seen it like a million times this game, and once more it hurts really bad and it kills a lot of stuff. More teams falling. Another breaker being taken over.
I would love to know how many breakers Nika took over in this game.
Yeah,
It must be like over 30.
I think that's a high number. Not sure about that. But a lot, definitely. And yeah, now he has 2 mortar teams, 3 priests and a sorceress. That is what TH can call his army.
That's 3 Breath of Fires and it's done.
Pretty much. He sold something. What's he planning to do with his money? Honestly,
I know that he has 800 gold, he's not producing anything. He is building an expansion once again. But here comes the Scout Spellbreaker.
yeah. I don't know. It looks like he's running out of options.
A player's forces are under attack.
Breaker gets killed. Or is it? Yep, it is. How long is the mass teleport cooldown?
Okay, it's ready again now.
What? He just used it.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I thought Mass Teleport was Charm, that's where the 20-second cooldown came off, but you can immediately use Mass Teleport again.
Okay. That's so incredibly crazy. But but I think that's one of the few ultimates that's really, really well designed. Like, it changes the flow of the game so much. It's probably too strong, but still it's super cool.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright, maybe now we're gonna see a final defense. Archmage is slowed, so he can't get out of range to get away from the silence. If he wants to staff out, another water elemental being summoned. Well, now the slow has been dispelled. Blizzard for the first time we've seen it this game, and also Panda ult. All skills are being used. Naga cycloned up in the air, and the human is being driven against a corner. He seems to not have anywhere left to run. Archmage, is he gonna die for the first time this game? No, he's too fast. He gets away. But what is with the army? What is with the rest of the army? TH splits it up. And, I don't know, tunnel vision from Nicker. He's just running
He
behind
just
the heroes.
wants these heroes. They were so annoying for an hour, he just wants to kill one of them. To be
He wants to cyclone surround with a storm panda.
Yeah.
But wasn't fast enough.
Mass teleportation now being used and he can defend his 2 towers. It's incredible. But now the panda back to normal form, Birth of Fire here. Cutting HP of the units in half.
1200 hit points he can't bring him down. He's just too tanky. He's gonna have a rejuvenation waiting for him probably. Nope, staff instead.
Yeah, and Charm is ready, so he can take over the Water Elemental. Yeah, great damage boost. Here comes the focus on the heroes again. He is so desperate of killing them.
He only killed the Naga once, I think.
Yeah,
Never killed the Archmage.
1 hero kill in an entire game that lasts for more than an hour. Okay.
That's pretty crazy. But of course, none of these are real hero killers. Alright. Again. Can TH somehow hold this off? Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, bim bidi bim bim. The pain is real. The Archmage is low. He staffs. Is he getting silence? Yes, he is. And that's gonna be GG life drain in the last second. Oh my lord.
But TH didn't grant him the satisfaction of killing the Archmage. He just typed GG and quit right before he died.
Oh my god. Alright, that was a long game.
Yeah, but quite entertaining though.
Yeah, it was cool though. It was a lot better than fucking Terrain Stand. That was something. Alright, now